Zilch left, 35 Wichita Macho
Dice
Toe.
right, F5.
Dice right numbers, 3 Jet Spielberg.
Ready? Right. All right, welcome back to the Pre-Snap Pressure Podcast, episode 17, I believe.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Jeez, every time it just catches me off guard.
Is that correct? It is 17, yeah. Anyways, another great week of football. I had some, actually some really good things go on this week. Some really bad things in terms of the playoffs, in terms of one of our predictions. That'd be me. Ryan's have held pretty strong.
Yeah,
but
dummy.
What'd you say?
I said, yeah, dummy.
All right. God, can't let a guy be optimistic about some things. Can't let a guy just make some conversation.
Can't a brother just be wrong?
Oh God, can't a brother just be incorrect every once in a while? Anyways,
Nah, the one time you're wrong too.
So yeah, end of week 11 it was. Man, only got like what 3 weeks left. Sadness.
Yeah, wow.
Sadness. Until conference championship weekend, but that's gonna be a fun weekend. That's gonna be a fun episode. Anyways, we're getting off track here.
That could be a fun time.
We're getting in to the top 5 and bottom 5 of the week, and then getting into more playoff talk, and then the games of the week. We had some pretty good ones this week. Back up to 6. Don't have to dumb down to 5 because there's literally no games. I like how you put a laughing reaction to one of these things in the top 5 or in the bottom 5. We'll get to that.
It wasn't a laughing. It was a crying.
Yeah, but you meant it in a funny way.
Yeah. All right.
Anyways, starting with the bottom 5. Honorable mention to Notre Dame's first CFB ranking for being ranked 10th. Because why are they ranked 10th? Please enlighten Ryan. Could you help explain why they're ranked 10th?
I actually can't. You can.
Oh, because I was on the call. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
The committee chair that was on the teleconference after they released the first ranking basically said they passed the eye test bigger than anybody else. I don't really see what he's referring to because, well, their defense isn't as good as last year. I don't think they still have Jeremiah Love is very good, and CJ Carr has been improving every week. I don't think it warrants a 10th, being ranked 10th.
Well, I mean, they do pass the eye test better than anyone because they're playing Boise State and NC State and Arkansas and Boston College and Navy for what was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of their last 6 games, and they've also played Purdue for 6 out of the last 7 games. And
for what out of the last games?
I didn't even mean that in that way. USC was their only. Is what NC State above 500 and Boise State maybe above 500. But anyways, USC was the only team that they've played so far that's ranked and that they've beaten. The other 2 ranked teams that they've played were to Miami and Texas A&M. And granted, they lost by a total of 4 points to both of those teams combined. So it's not like they got destroyed in those games. But yeah, of course they're going to pass the eye test. They're beating the crap out of everyone.
Granted, however, if you take those 2 games and you boil them down, Miami hasn't looked as good as we thought they were, and you had Texas A&M at home, and Texas A&M has looked very, very good. So that you get a pass for that loss, but Miami hasn't looked as good as
Miami's looked all right.
But Notre Dame does get another test this week in College Game Day and at Pitt, so it should be an interesting game for that. Moving on to number 5 of the bottom 5 is Zach Calzada for making a clown of himself on social media.
Hey, what you need to do, Garrett, is your ass need to stop hating and go get you some money. But since you ain't got nothing, you can go ahead and you can count mine. Let's go. Hey, let's count. Let's count. Let's count. Let's count. Let's count. Come on. Keep counting. Don't lose count, Garrett. Don't lose count, Garrett. Don't lose count, Garrett. Straight hundreds. Straight hundreds, Garrett. Don't lose count, Garrett. Don't lose count. Come on. Don't lose count. Man, your ass can't count. Ooh, Garrett. Hey, what your ass need to do is stop hating and go get you some money, Garrett. Go get you some money, Garrett. Go get you some money, Garrett.
Essentially, some guy called him out for just not being very good at football, and he takes the very low road and responds to him by just showing stacks of NIL cash when he doesn't even play. Hasn't he only started 1 game for Kentucky this year?
Yeah. pretty much.
Yeah, that
That's such an ugly look for you as just a person.
he has one highlight of his career, and it's beating Alabama, and since then he's gotten turned into folklore because he hasn't done anything since. And that's only what he's known for, is that one time he beat Alabama.
Mm. You know what? To be fair, he got stacks of NIL money out of it. So
Did he? I
I
actually
guess
want to look this up. Hold on. I want to see if he was actually putting like, if he was genuinely showing
real
everything
NIL
he
money.
has, or if he was like just showing a fraction of what he makes. Let me see. Okay, Zach Calzada, $1.2 million. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah,
he's got the money to flex. It's just it's a very bad look. Like I
it's
said,
yeah.
it's a low
I was
road.
like, I mean, I'll take 1.2 million to be a backup any day of the year.
But I'm gonna be
But yeah, to go out and flex it like that, that's just kind of not cool.
yeah. Anyways, moving on. Number 4, the bottom 5 is Garrett Nussmeier. If you look at the box score, it doesn't look terrible, but if you actually watch that game, Nuss was pretty bad. He literally was only hitting like checkdowns. I think the longest play he had was literally a screen pass, and he ended up getting benched a little ways into that game for Michael Van Buren
E-
for the second week in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's 18 to 21. Like, yeah, cool, great. 121 yards, no touchdowns. That's that tells me you were not throwing the ball downfield. You weren't doing pretty much anything really with the ball. You were playing to get the ball out of your hand.
Yeah. All right, moving on to number 3, another bench quarterback. Number 3 for the 3 interceptions he threw before getting benched against Kentucky. That's the second time I made that joke this year, and I'm very proud of it. Is DJ Lagway. Got pulled in Florida's game against Kentucky, where they just got blown out in Lexington by the Wildcats, and yeah, Lagway did not look very good.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard to look good when you lose 38-7 and have 3 interceptions. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like so far you've been pretty right about Lagway, by the way. He's just a turnover machine, and
Like,
yeah, maybe he's a Heisman quarterback, but
the talent he has is undeniable. Problem being, dude's yet to go through a single offseason of football. He was hurt all of the offseason last year, and he's hurt all the offseason this year. He's the same player that he was his senior year of high school. He has not developed at all. You can see it in his footwork and just the way he plays quarterback. It's very unorthodox, sloppy, and you can tell this guy hasn't had time to work out those kinks in his game, and that you see that translate to his poor play. It's
yeah,
it's very frustrating
it's
because I know he's got amazing talent. He's got a really strong arm. He can make some really difficult throws. It's just so hard for him to be consistent because he just hasn't been properly developed because they haven't had the chance to.
yeah. I honestly this year should really just be a wrap for him. I don't think like
I mean, they're going to
yeah,
start him
go out
against Ole
there and
Miss.
play him. Yeah, go out there and play him, I guess. But honestly, if I'm Florida, I'm hitting the film room with him. I'm telling him, look, we're gonna bench you for the remainder of the year, and we're gonna keep you healthy for as long as we can because we want to develop you. We're gonna get you thinking about these things. So we're just going to watch film with you. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be going through practice and you're going to be going through all that, but I want you to understand the game on a deeper level right now.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
I mean, it's just one of them he threw. He had, I think it was Vernell Brown on a streak, who was open, but Lagway was late on the read and then made the wrong type of throw. He threw an airmail that got overcut and intercepted when it should have been a strike.
Maybe a little bit more of a touch pass than a.
No, it had too much touch on it. It should have been. Phew!
Well, yeah, you're saying he threw a lob.
Yes, he threw it.
Yeah, instead of a lob, just throw a touch pass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Put a little bit of air under it.
That sounded like you said
But
put more touch on it. I was like, oh, you put
no,
plenty of touch
no.
on the ball.
You put too much touch on the ball. That's
Yeah, no, it should have been anywhere between rope to, semi strength throw, and instead he threw an airmail pass. It gets overcut by the safety and intercepted. And yeah, just bad game all around for Lagway. Moving on to number 2 is multiple teams screwing themselves out of at least their own controlling their own destiny for the playoffs. Louisville, Virginia, Memphis. Wasn't that this week or was that last week? I can't remember.
I think that was last.
No, that was this week. No,
that was this
Memphis,
week. Yeah, that was this week.
Memphis with that loss to Tulane. I mean, come on, guys. BYU too, but
Retzlaff just had a nice day.
BYU too, but they get a pass because they played a top 10 team. The rest of these guys played unranked teams.
BYU's fine. BYU,
look, and they were undefeated. They'll, they went out. They'll be good.
Yeah, I was like, they should. Keyword should.
Oh, Washington too.
Fine.
Washington too. God, we're gonna get into that, and actually right now.
Yeah.
Our number 1 of the bottom 5 was this entire Washington-Wisconsin game. Ryan, have you looked at the box score for this game?
I'm going there right now.
I want you to tell me something you notice here.
I see somebody went 1 for 1. I see Sean West went 1 for 1 with 24 yards, and he was the leading passer. I see Hunter Simmons went 2 for 3 with 16 yards and was second in passing for Wisconsin. These guys both play for Sean West. Hold on. Sean West is a place.
He's a punter.
Fake.
He was a punter. Sean West is a punter. He's their punter.
It was a fake, and that's the guy who leads your team in passing yards for the day. And Carter Smith, by the way, 3 of 12, 8 yards.
And guess what? They won the game. After that, after their punter being their leading passer.
Carter Smith is a running back, not a quarterback, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
I know he's a quarterback, but he's a running back.
He's got 15 for, yeah. But they won the game. Wisconsin, or is it Washington? What are you doing? I think they were, if they won out, they were on their way to maybe getting a playoff spot. Now that's out the window.
Oh no, they're 100% getting a playoff spot. You end the season with a win against Oregon, and you're 10-2. Yeah, you're in.
God, yeah, that's the biggest disappointment of the week is Washington. Because good Lord, how do you lose this game?
Yeah, well, I guess thank God I didn't put them in my top 12 because I was seconds away before last week's episode to flipping Washington to Oregon because I thought Washington was going to be 10-2. But no, actually, I just believed that Wisco had it in them.
Shout out Cooper Catalano, by the way, with 19 tackles on the day. Good Lord.
Have a day. Have a day.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, that's going to wrap up the bottom 5. Moving on to the top 5. Before I say this out loud, this is about college football, and I wrote this morning. This is Monday the 10th. The honorable mention is no one of importance got fired this week. In college, that remains true. In the NFL, not so much. Brian Daboll got fired earlier today, but this is a college podcast, so what I said holds true.
This is a college podcast, but I'm just going to throw my 2 cents in. How did Daboll get fired?
They're 2-8.
I know they're 2-8, but he finally has a quarterback. I talked about this in my Spanish class. They lost that game because Russell Wilson was the quarterback, and I will stick with that statement.
2-8 is 2-8, man.
2-8 is 2-8, but he's got neighbors. He's got Dart. He's got
doesn't have neighbors.
Scatterbo. I'm saying he's got these guys on his roster.
Okay,
not this year, obviously, and they're still second year and rookies. He has a defense, kind of ish. He has a defensive front that should be playing good. But
yeah, but they're giving up 30 points a game. Like on paper, yes, they're a good defense, but they should.
This team should be good. So I think Daboll should have gotten one more year. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with him being cut loose, but I
I
guess.
say this as I'm wearing my Devontae Smith jersey.
Okay, hold on a minute. Time out. I think there's
What?
some ulterior motives here. Um,
No, I actually believe Dayball's a good coach.
yeah, and I think Tyler Shuck should be the Saints quarterback for the next 10 years.
Okay, no, that's a completely different statement.
It's funny. All right, moving on to number
Obviously,
5.
Tyler Shuck sucks.
Hey, he won. He won his game this week. That's more than I can
Shut
say for.
up. No,
It's more than I can say
whatever.
for my team. Let Jonathan Taylor run through their face. Every German NFL fan in forever is gonna
Is a Jonathan Taylor fan.
is a Jonathan Taylor fan. Good lord. All right, moving on to number 5. Was Dante Moore and this crazy throw that he had at the end of the game when Oregon was actually down and they needed a score. I think it was under 2 minutes, or it might have been under 1 minute. I don't know. Just play the clip.
Less than a half minute. Dante Moore throws. Oh, what a catch and throw to Malik Benson. Great.
That was a perfect throw. That was a perfect catch. That was a perfect defensive play as well. The guy, I shouldn't say perfect defensive play. He probably should have gotten his head around, but
That's
that,
pretty good coverage.
yeah, it was perfect coverage. I'll say that much. It wasn't a perfect play, but it was perfect coverage. So everything was great on that play. It's just that's one of those plays that I blame nobody on the defense for anything whatsoever. That was just a great throw. That's all you can do.
And
That
look,
was good offense against good defense, and good offense won.
Dante Moore didn't have the best game against Iowa. In the end, Oregon won, but man, he makes some of the craziest throws I've ever seen.
Look, as Steve Sarkisian says, you got to be at your best when your best is needed, and you know what? Oregon was.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. So, anyways, what a throw, what a catch by Malik Benson. Yeah. Moving on, number 4 is Nate Frazier for having a pretty nice breakout game. I think it was 13 carries for 181 yards, and he busted one off for a 59-yard touchdown run. I've been following Nate Frazier at least a lot ever since he was at Mater Dei in high school. I didn't really, at least on the long touchdown run, I didn't know he could be that type of back. He's like, obviously he's very quick, he's very quick change of direction. I didn't know he had that long distance speed. My apologies.
Nate Frazier, I was not familiar with your game.
I was, just not this extent of it. But yeah, anyways, great game from Nate Frazier. Moving on to number 3 of the top 5 is both the defensive lines and the Texas Tech BYU games. Both these quarterbacks were in a box through the entire game.
double hockey sticks.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to say that, but they were struggling. I think it was on the first. I think it was the first drive where Baron Morton got slammed with a sack, and then immediately the next play after they got the ball back, he got sacked again, and he's just he got up and he's like, well, crap. He's like, what am I even doing here? Texas Tech did end up winning that game, but both defensive fronts played really well.
That Texas Tech defense is getting scarier and scarier by the week.
Yeah, they're looking real good.
A shutout of Oklahoma State, a dominant performance against K-State, shutting down number 7 BYU. This team is getting hot at the right time.
Yep. All right, and moving on to number 2. Excuse me, I thought we were at number 1. Just USC for, I think, at least the best all-around team performance I could find. Granted, it was against Northwestern, but they look pretty good on a Friday night. And this is another playoff hopeful team should they do everything right the rest of the way. Could be looking at a postseason spot.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about best all-around performance, you could definitely talk Texas A&M over Mizzou.
That was one, but
I I know Zollers is the freshman, and
USC won at every part of the game. They looked good throwing, they looked good running, they looked good defensively. Some parts of the game, Texas, and they did it the whole game. Some parts of the game, Texas
yeah, that's
A&M
true.
looked a little iffy.
That's you know what? That's absolutely true. That game should have been 7-0 at half, and it wasn't. So.
There you go. There you go. Anyways, yeah, but just good job, USC. Went out. You should be looking at playoff spot. So
Makai Lemon every week, dude, in and out.
every week. Just don't screw it up. All right, like a lot of other people did this week. Anyways, number 1, Omar Cooper Jr. for the You think Dante Moore's throw in crunch time was the definition of clutch? What's a step above definition?
Example.
Omar Cooper was an example of it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's the best catch I have seen all season long.
Yeah.
So right here.
Omar Cooper might have had one of the prettiest catches I've ever seen. Not only just in the back of the end zone in a clutch moment, in the back of the end zone to win the football game.
Another thing, sorry, we should have put this in the top 5. Props on the official for getting that call on the field right. He called that a touchdown originally.
Good work. That was, that's it. Really impressive to do.
Yeah. Great throw, great catch, great call for Indiana to get the win, just barely over Penn State. A little bit of a scare.
Indiana, the first team to 10 wins.
Oh, did Ohio? Have they not had their bye yet?
They haven't had it yet. I think it's this week.
Okay, well,
Yeah. No, it's next week.
huh? Bye before their last game of the season, right? Or no, they have 2 more. No, you're right.
Bye before the last game of the season on the road versus Purdue. Look, that'll be a tough one.
Will it though?
Spoiler makers.
They didn't look very spoiler maker-ish against Ohio State this week. So I'm gonna say
That we all knew Ohio State was going to be good this year. We didn't all know Indiana was going to be good this year. All right, it's spoiler maker season. It's spoiler maker season.
You're right.
Just let it ride.
All right, that's going to do it for our top 5 and bottom 5 of the week. Moving on to our talking points of the week. Starting off with UCLA or at least trying to break their lease with the Rose Bowl and move their home games for the foreseeable future to SoFi Stadium. I'm just going to put it bluntly. This is dumb.
Yeah, I'm not really for it, but I think I'm just not really against it either. I don't think it's smart. I don't know why they felt the need to do it, but I guess, sure.
You play in one of the sport's most historic venues, and you've called that your home forever. In addition to that, you don't really have much else going for your team. Like, that was one of the only things you had was you had a stadium that had some history and tradition to it. Now you're trying to throw that away. I don't see the logic in it.
Yeah, we've also seen, like, Miami plays at Hard Rock Stadium, and they don't really sell out very often.
No, well, granted, the Rose Bowl isn't. They don't sell out because it's far from campus. Which, granted, the Rose Bowl isn't exactly on UCLA's campus, but neither is SoFi.
Neither are very close, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can do it. I don't know why you felt the need to do it, but go ahead, sure.
The reason given has been financial pressure, and citing that this in 2024 they had a $51.8 million deficit from the athletic department.
Yeah. You guys are folding soon. They're gonna have to fold some sports pretty soon.
I actually want to see something real quick.
They're at a $51 million deficit from the athletics department.
I want to see something real quick. Okay. I want to see how much closer it actually is from going there.
Let's do some math real quick.
Bro, the drive from UCLA to the Rose Bowl is an hour and 13 minutes, and the drive from UCLA to SoFi Stadium is 54 minutes. What?
Just build a stadium on campus.
Well, according to this report, they don't have any money to build a stadium.
Then figure it out. I don't like. You're in LA. You can charge 90 grand a year.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Like,
Yeah, don't really have anything to say. I mean, I guess
I'm pretty sure that's what USC charges.
stuff costs more in LA too, I guess, but I don't know. Anyways, I personally don't agree with
Yeah.
the decision.
USC is 100 grand for what is that? I'm gonna guess out of state tuition.
Hold on. Wait, I want to look this up now too, because now you've got me on this. Let's see.
You can charge $90,000 a year.
Let's see.
Oh, unless USC's private. I think USC's private.
That would make sense.
Yes, USC is a private university. That
UCLA
makes so
a
much
private
more
school?
sense.
No,
No.
UCLA is not a pirate. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
All right, well, learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
still.
hopefully they get it.
It's the flag. It's the flagship campus of the University of California system.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like Mizzou.
Hopefully they get things sorted out. But at this point, it doesn't look like they're gonna get anything done about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what they need to do.
And if this were to go through, that would leave the Rose Bowl to essentially be a step
One game a year.
one step above the Cotton Bowl.
Yes.
The stadium, the Cotton Bowl, not
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. One step above.
because it at least would
It's a bowl game.
theoretically still hold its own bowl game. Unlike the Cotton Bowl, which doesn't even host the Cotton Bowl anymore. So yeah,
Nope. But it still hosts something. So.
it hosts a game of major importance. But still, it doesn't host its own bowl game. But still, we're not talking about the Cotton Bowl. We're talking about the Rose Bowl.
It hosts a game of major importance to the people that care.
Yeah, like you.
Yep.
Red River. Anyways, so
Yum.
that's that. I hate you. All right, moving back to our discussion from last week. Obviously, we had some switches and what we think the playoffs could look like this week. Ryan, did you have anything you wanted to move around?
I don't think anything I want to move around quite yet. I think the one thing that I am gonna note for now is I did say that Oregon was gonna lose to Washington. After that loss to Wisco, I'm not really feeling it anymore. I don't see them necessarily losing to Washington, but I'm not gonna move anything yet. But everything else, I still like BYU at 10. I still think they're going 11-2. Tech, I think is still going 12-1. Ole Miss, I think is going 11-1. Everyone else, I'm fine sticking with for now. Also, North Texas, I am almost ready to put James Madison in the playoff picture.
Really? What's their record? I'm assuming they have 6
One
losses.
loss.
They have one? Wow. Interesting. I mean, it's not North Texas at this point, right?
Yeah, I said. Why else would I say James Madison?
I don't know.
It's like a prerequisite. You have to have 0 or 1 loss if
Well,
you're going to be a group of 5 team.
According to playoff predictors, let me actually pull this up right now. I don't even think North Texas has the highest odds to make the playoffs as the group of 5 bid, and I actually don't think JMU does either. Yeah, there's a group of 5 team
No,
with
I
2
think
losses.
it's USF.
Yeah, who
I
has
think
2
it's
losses.
USF.
So,
Okay, that's a different story.
really? What is the story here?
Early on in the year, they beat some ranked teams that are no longer ranked.
No, early on in the year they beat Florida. That's about it.
They beat some ranked teams that are no longer ranked.
Okay, well, Me. They got 2 losses. So I think it would be James Madison, North Texas over South Florida. Just saying.
I think it should be as well, but I understand the viewpoint that 2-loss USF can get in.
Anyways, let me go through my stuff now.
Yeah, you got to fix yours.
Yeah. All right. So, easiest change. I'm gonna flip Alabama and Indiana. So that's gonna move Alabama to 2, Indiana to 3. I'm gonna keep Texas A&M at 4. We'll keep Georgia 5. We'll keep Texas Tech at 6. We'll keep Ole Miss at 7. I had somebody here at number 8 that I deleted. I don't recall who it was. But I mean, or a number not what? Who is this? Number 11? Oh, that was Virginia. Okay, bye. Be gone.
Yeah. Bye.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. We'll keep Oregon at 8. We'll keep Notre Dame at 9. Number 10, Louisville. Bye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and move. Let me pull up the rankings from last week. There's one thing I need to check. Oh, actually, not gonna matter. We're gonna put BYU at 10, and we're gonna put Georgia Tech, who I now have as winning the ACC, at 11. So that will be my updated picture. Yeah, Ohio State, Alabama, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Notre Dame, BYU, Georgia Tech, and North Texas. So I actually have the same teams as you. They're just in a different order.
Oh, look at that. So you're just saying I'm right.
As of now, you were more right than me.
Yeah, still some teams to watch right now though.
I think
I mean,
first team on the outside looking in currently would be... Actually, I want to see what you think.
until they lose Texas.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't think they're going to go through the rest of their schedule without losing once more. Same for Oklahoma.
And that's why my second team out, USC.
Really? Let me see where they were put over, because the team I have in mind, yeah, they were 3 spots above the team I was looking at. Team I'm looking at as the next team on the door. Wow, actually, hold on a minute. The committee disagrees with me. Let's see.
Utah?
According to the committee, I was going to say Vanderbilt, but if Utah wins out...
Yeah. Oh, Utah has an insanely winnable finish.
Utah would be in, yeah. Because I'm assuming...
And its only losses are to Tech and BYU, and if those two
are the conference
make
champions
the
and they
Big
make
12
the playoffs.
championship.
Yeah, it would be okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move that to the first team out being Utah, and then I guess behind them.
I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna go. I think it's. I actually. Well, what's Vanderbilt's final? Oh, Vanderbilt has Tennessee. They're not beating Tennessee.
What? Why not?
It's on the road. I think Tennessee's the better team. I don't think Vanderbilt is built for the playoffs because they almost lost to Matt Zollers. Plenty of reasons. I just don't think they're playoff ready. I think this is the year that they're supposed to have fun and be a good team, and
next year
they'll still miss the playoffs.
Sail away back into nothing.
Yeah, they're kind of going to go back to nothing, but they at least have culture. They have something. They have a base. They had a good year. They had a fun year. They have something. They have reason to put money into the program.
Yeah. You say that now and just watch until Vanderbilt flips Jared Curtis from Georgia. I'm kidding. Obviously. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You know you're not kidding.
I mean, the guy literally said he's all dogs, so I think I'm...
Get ready to speak Commodore, buddy.
Ahoy, matey. All right, anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would leave Utah as... Okay. I got it. Well, currently,
Yeah. So
so what? Okay, but to cater to Ryan's point, should Texas win out, they're in. Should Oklahoma win out, they're probably in. Um, if they both win out, Texas would get the nod over Oklahoma. Um, this guy.
this guy,
If we
biggest
go
homer ever.
anyway, if we go towards the Big Ten, Ohio State, Indiana, pretty comfortably in. Unless Oregon has a slip up, they should be pretty comfortably in as well. But they have two teams that are kind of on the outside looking to get in. That would be Michigan and USC. USC wins out, and Texas
They're in.
drops a game. Oklahoma drops a game. No, they need Utah.
No, if USC wins out, they're in. They play Oregon.
There you go. So they would probably vault up and beat Oregon.
And
Michigan.
that is Michigan's saving grace right now because Michigan lost to
No, they need USC to lose because if the committee comes down to USC and Michigan, and they say, both these teams have the same record, and we can only put one of them in. But wait, what if this team beat this other team?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's their saving grace right now is the fact that USC has to play Oregon because other than Ohio State, Michigan plays Northwestern and Maryland. Both very winnable games. Granted, they're both on the road, but Maryland is 1-5 in conference play. All 5 of their losses this year have come from Big Ten opponents, and Northwestern is kind of slowing down from the threat that they were kind of showing that they could be this year.
I mean, you're right, but all I'm saying is I'd rather my must-win game to get into the playoffs be Oregon than Ohio State.
Absolutely. I'm not saying
Granted, I'm pretty
Michigan
sure
has a better chance of beating Ohio State, but
granted
that is Michigan's saving grace right now is that they have to play Oregon. That's not an easy game.
Granted, and USC has to go on the road. Michigan gets Ohio State at home.
Right.
So,
and they might be a little bit in Ryan Day's head right now. So
a little bit.
That's also something to look at.
Yeah, and if
also if Michigan wins out, they're in the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, that's true. But what was I gonna say? This is probably the time for Michigan to turn it up. Obviously, if they want to get into the playoffs. But if you go back to last year, they looked very, they looked like plain crap. I'm just gonna not mince my words. But then they had their last bye week, and they looked better after that last bye week, with that blowout against Northwestern, and then they beat Ohio State. So if they can use this year's second bye week, which they just had, and then take it into this last 3-game stretch of the season and find some similar success, get some tune-ups against Northwestern and Maryland, and then take on Ohio State. Who knows? It's also Michigan, Ohio State, and we said, there's no way Ohio State loses to Michigan last year, and look what happened. So I feel like if I'm either Michigan or USC, I'm feeling better about myself if I'm Michigan, but USC currently holds that win over their heads. So USC would probably control themselves to go on to the playoffs, but they probably would need something else. No, Oregon would probably be knocked out in that scenario. Right?
Well, yeah. If Michigan wins out, Oregon does need to lose. Oregon does need to lose a game. One of these
for Michigan to that's a problem with Michigan.
Yeah, I'm kind of banking on Oregon just losing to Washington.
They need USC to lose, but they also need USC to beat Oregon to kind of force them out.
No, they just need Washington to do their job at home because Oregon goes on the road to play Washington, which that's not a very long road trip, but you're still on the road. It's still a pretty big rivalry game. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, I think should Michigan win out and USC lose to Oregon, I think they should logically the committee would logically vault them over the teams that has them behind right now because you assume Virginia Louisville are going to drop. I'm looking at last week. Um, Iowa's going to drop, so they're going to be at least 18. You assume they vault USC. Should Oregon beat them? So that is a prerequisite. Michigan needs to win out
I
and they
mean,
need to beat USC. You assume they vault Miami.
so they're gonna go above Miami because Miami hasn't done anything impressive. What are we at right now? What, 16
Let's see.
with
Okay,
Michigan?
hold on. Timeout. So jump. So that puts them at 18. They're gonna jump if Oregon beats USC. They jump Oregon, so 17. You assume they jump Miami, so 18. Um,
Wait, you're going backwards.
sorry, 16. You're right. Um, the problem is they still have to jump over Utah and Vanderbilt. Georgia Tech would ascend automatically anyways. And you are assuming if everything is like as projected with the end of Texas and Oklahoma's season, with them losing at least one game.
At least one game.
So that would mean it'd be up to the committee to decide between Utah and Michigan. And with the victory over Ohio State, I would think they'd go Michigan.
It's yeah. If Michigan is 10-2 and you have Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, uh, you could throw Notre Dame, but Notre Dame's going to be in the playoff.
They're gonna
But
be in no matter what, unless they lose
You
this week.
have you have Texas, Oklahoma, Utah, Vanderbilt, and potentially USC in your like final five of like 10-2 teams. They're gonna pick Michigan because Michigan just beat their number one team. Like how if Michigan doesn't get into the playoffs after beating a number one team, what's the vision?
Yeah. All right.
What are we talking about?
Let's move on real quick because there's something I
Yeah.
did want to ask you. So Auburn, right? They just obviously they're a game off fire than their coach. They dropped to Vanderbilt in overtime. Ashton Daniels was the starter for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Daniels is, let me look this up here. Ashton Daniels is a senior. They play Mercer this week. He's played in 3 games this year, meaning if he plays in one more, he would not be able to redshirt and he would be out of eligibility after this year. They play Mercer this week. I have a hunch that they're actually going to not start Daniels this week against Mercer and start either Deuce Knight or Jackson Arnold. So they can play Daniels against Alabama and they can preserve his redshirt.
I'm starting Deuce Knight.
Hold on. I'm not done with this because I saw this online and I wanted to get your opinion on it. What if Deuce Knight gets hurt in that game and Jackson Arnold just isn't working? Let's say they're only up by like 3 against Mercer in the third quarter. If you're the coach in that situation, do you pull Arnold and put in Daniels and burn up the red shirt?
No, I'll put in John Colvin.
Is that just the next guy?
That's a sophomore quarterback. Or I'll put in Will Myers, who's a freshman.
You'll put in
Or
literally.
I'll keep Jackson Arnold in because I'm already 4-6 and I'm already like I'm probably getting the worst bowl game of all time anyways.
But you think of how much a stain on that program it would be if they lost to Mercer. Granted, now I'm gonna say this on a knock of wood. I don't think they will lose to Mercer. I really hope they don't, for every Auburn fan in existence's mental health sake. Well, I know a fair number of Auburn fans, and all of them have absolutely hated their lives as football fans for the last however long it's been since Gus Malzahn was their coach, and probably a little bit longer. So it's just some food for thought. Probably ain't gonna come to that. There's really no actually like reports on what they're gonna do. They could just start Daniels and say screw him, and burn up his red shirt anyways.
That would
Uh,
suck for him.
that would suck for him. But yeah, it's something fun to think about. Anyways,
Obviously, his situation is kind of unique in that regard, and so we always try to do two things: what is best for the young man and his family, and what is best for the program. And so those are ongoing decisions and discussions throughout this week.
all right, we're running short on timer, so we're gonna move into the games of the week. Back up to 6 this week after we've had a very slim slate of games the past few weeks, where we've kind of had to get creative. We got 6 kind of quality games this week for you though. Starting off game day, Notre Dame and Pitt. Playoff implicating game for Notre Dame, and Pitt could make some disruption these next couple weeks with Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami. Their last 3 games of this season. Yeah, they could just ruin everybody's day. Ryan, who do you got?
Make the playoff, by the way.
Oh yeah, they do only have 2 losses. So Ryan, who do you got?
Yeah, I think this crowd in Pitt is gonna do numbers for the Panthers. I like Pitt this year. I think they're a fun team, and I really don't like Notre Dame. Notre Dame has struggled against ranked opponents. They're on the road this time, and yeah, give me the Panthers to win on College Game Day. Big time win. Get Notre Dame out of the playoffs and into a conference.
I am gonna go Notre Dame here, although I'm curious to see how CJ Carr is gonna play in this environment. Up to this point, he's played the away games Notre Dame has played has been Miami, which they lost. Arkansas, who fired their coach after this game and wasn't very good to begin with, and Boston College. Those are the 3 away road games he's played thus far. Everyone else has been at home. This stadium's going to be rocking considering it's a big game, and Pitt is hopefully trying to force their way into the playoffs somehow, and it's College Game Day, and it's literally the loudest possible environment you can create with just any basic environment for a freshman quarterback, by the way, to head into. I think he does struggle a little bit, but give me Notre Dame.
That's fair.
Oh man, next game on the slate is Texas and Georgia. Right.
Yeah. I'm showing my pick. You can guess what I'm doing right now.
Are you doing the dumb thing?
I think you mean the awesome thing and showing horns up. Yeah. And you're probably showing horns down right now.
Oh, I can. That's I wasn't until you brought it up. Yeah, he's gonna go Texas.
Them eyes, they're upon you.
They sure were upon us in Austin last year, weren't they? And in the SEC championship too.
They were there at the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, what was that? Was that 7 years ago?
We're back. They were in fact not back.
What was the record the year after? I'm asking. I genuinely don't
Awful.
know. Oh, okay.
I genuinely don't know either. So,
I mean, for what it's worth,
I think that was what Sark's second year. Hold on, let me go look at that.
No. Sark's first year was 21.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, I know, because Sark was my pro team's offensive coordinator. Get out of here.
You're right. 8-5 that year. That's right. They went 8-5 that next year. I just have to go.
We're not even talking about the game. We're not even talking about the game.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to talk about this game.
I don't really want to either. Look, he's picking Texas. I'm picking Georgia. That's what you need to know.
Yeah, that's really all that truly matters.
We're gonna leave that there, and whoever's team wins is gonna talk a lot of crap when the next episode starts. That's all you need to know.
I'm not even gonna talk smack because I know it's Georgia, dude. It's
moving on to the next game. Moving away from that.
Yeah.
Is Oklahoma at Alabama. They've looked vulnerable the last 2 games they played against LSU and against South Carolina. But I think this is their get-right game before they have a tune-up game, and then they have Auburn. They had 2 Auburn in the Stadium of Dark Magic. I'm going to go with Alabama here.
Yeah, give me the Tide. I think Oklahoma's season ends here, and that's that on the Sooners getting into the playoffs.
Yep. I agree. Iowa USC, an impactful game. Iowa trying to bounce back after that loss to Oregon. USC trying to push its way into the playoffs, as we just mentioned. a little bit ago. Ryan, who you got?
Trojans. I don't think I was gonna be able to play spoiler here. I think you actually this could be a trap game just because USC I believe has Oregon that next week.
You think they could be
Um,
looking ahead?
I think there's a chance that they could be looking ahead because that is like their toughest game left. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be USC. They'll play Oregon that next week, so um, I could see Iowa winning this one, but give me the Trojans.
yeah, I would agree with you on the fact that they could have been looking ahead until I literally took a last second field goal for Oregon to beat Iowa, and Iowa has to fly all the way across country to California to the Coliseum. Yeah, give me USC.
Right. It's I see USC winning this one, but if they're looking ahead, Iowa could stay in it for longer than you'd expect.
Yeah. Next game, USF Navy. Navy coming off that loss to Notre Dame. USF, according to this playoff predictor, is the Group of 5 team with the highest chances to make it into the playoffs. I don't agree with that, by the way. But I am going to take the Bulls in this one because I love USF.
Yeah, it's bowl season. They're gonna win this one, and
Is
they
this riding
should
fire?
be able to find them. What?
Is this riding fire?
This is right.
It's bowl season.
It's bowl season. It's bowl season. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
thank
I
you.
get it. I got the joke. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me the Bulls.
I mean, Bulls last game of the week. Just kind of scrambled together a ACC game. Duke and Virginia. Oh no, I know why I put this here. Give me one sec.
Because Duke can make the playoffs.
Duke, I think right now has the highest odds to win the ACC.
Yep.
Correction, second highest odds behind Georgia Tech to win the ACC. What? They have
Yep.
4 losses.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
Somehow.
9-4 Duke can make if Duke finishes this. They just lost to UConn last week.
Yeah,
If
I'm going
Duke makes the
Virginia.
playoffs, they can. Or if Duke wins out, they can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Virginia here. I'm gonna go Virginia here.
I mean, they have to keep their season alive, and so does Duke. And it's at home for Duke.
Are we even sure like this would keep Duke's season alive at this point?
Yes.
Would it really?
I've
Hold on.
I've run the simulation. It's possible.
What conference is James Madison in?
Sunbelt.
Okay, so if they win out and North Texas wins out,
Okay, that's your top 4. Or top 5. That's fair.
Yeah.
But for the time being, give me Duke. I want to see this. This could be fun.
Yeah, I'm going Virginia. For a bounce back win after.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much
it's gonna
selling
happen. They're gonna
away their guaranteed season playoff spot.
yeah, they're gonna destroy Duke. But give me the Blue Devils.
All right, that's going to do it for episode 17 of the Pre-Snap Pressure Podcast. Getting sad, running out of time for these episodes, but we'll think of something during bowl season and as the playoffs approach, and maybe do a little something during the offseason.
We've got ideas.
Oh, we got ideas. Trust me.
We got ideas.
We've got
Don't
ideas. Anyways, that is going to do it from us this week. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.